Christo Aivalis has been described as a delicious breath of fresh air, an inspiration, a smart, funny, and down-to-earth guy offering extensive coverage of local Canadian and international, read American Republican, political news. But what exactly makes Christo stand out? What's his channel about and how is he doing financially? Biography and lifestyle. For starters, Christo is a writer, commentator, and a history PhD. And through his YouTube channel, Christo Aivalis, he discusses all matters that are of interest to him, including left politics, culture, and history. His content is primarily focused on Canadian content, but he also pays attention to other important world political events in the US and the UK, and other parts of the world as well. And so it's not surprising that his channel's tagline is Left Politics, History, and Culture. Currently, Christo holds an academic position at the Social Sciences and Research Council Postdoctoral Fellow at the University of Toronto's Department of History. This comes from the fact that he holds a degree in History and Political Science from the University of Brunswick. He's also earned a master's degree and a doctorate in history from the infamous Queen's University. And so there's no doubt that through his channel, he is able to share a lot of insights on politics and culture. Over the years, his research has been primarily focused on the 20th century Canadian political and labor history. He still made several publications, and his very first book was a publication by the UBC Press. This book examined the relationship that Pierre Trudeau had with the country's organized labor, as well as the social democratic left. He's currently working on his second manuscript, which is under contract with Athabasca University Press. The second manuscript under works represents Christo's examination of Aaron Roland Mosher, Canada's long-serving labor leader. But that's not all he's done. Christo has also been a part of peer-reviewed works, as well as book reviews which have been published in several publications and journals like Ontario History and Labor, Studies in the Working Class History of the Americans, the Canadian Historical Review, and Labor La Travail, just to name a few. He's also a website editor for Active History and an executive member of the Canadian Committee for Labor History. And these are just some of the great works he's been a part of and what's led to the success of his YouTube channel. Christo's channel is all about his leftist political views, and this is one thing that's led to his channel's great success. But it's not just that. There's also the fact that he boasts an impressive ability to analyze some of the most complex historical and political situations, while accurately pinpointing historical patterns that most other people wouldn't even notice. As a result, Christo's channel is quite popular among academic, scholars, and even history enthusiasts. Since the channel's establishment in 2011, on September 29th, the channel boasts a total of 194.5 million lifetime views and over 173,000 subscribers. Christo shares his opinions openly, and he speaks vehemently against all the leftist politics and policies, specifically the repetitive historical tendencies and the dwindling state of the nation's and global's cultures, not to mention the applied mechanisms. And all of these are things that keep his YouTube channel alive. He doesn't shy away from controversial topics, and he criticizes structures and patterns of governments worldwide. Away from politics, Christo is a family man, married to Brianna, with whom they have a son together called Demetrius, and a cat named Smokey. Unfortunately, his brand has been receiving some negativity. First, because he's been directing most of his attention to America, specifically the Republican Party and Trump. And secondly, because of the increasing use of clickbait for his thumbnails and titles. So while there's no doubt that he's the smartest guy in the room, a fantastic dad and husband, and an intelligent political analyst, who offers the political scene a lot of great information and analysis, and an intelligent political analyst who offers the political scene a lot of great information and analysis worth listening to. He's imperfect. It may be wise for him to make changes in these areas before YouTube punishes him for violating community guidelines. So how much is his YouTube channel worth? Well, it's estimated that Christo Aivalis' YouTube channel is worth $682,069. Although his earnings could be much more than this since he also has a Patreon page. Overall, he's worth millions, taking into account his books and royalties and other income sources. Essentially, his value is calculated based on different factors, such as the monthly views recorded per country, sponsored content, user engagement, product sales, number of subscribers, and other parameters. As mentioned above, he also earned from his academics, being an academic and postdoctoral fellow funded by the universities that he works with. He has other undisclosed income sources as well. Thanks for watching.